Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I do hope you are doing well. And today I'm going to be talking about a few things that I've seen in social media, one of them being a couple of posts that Meghan has made, and then also this photo and this video from Harry and Meghan at the Beyonce concert. I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and it just becomes so clear to me when you look at what they're posting and then you listen to what they're saying in their interviews, or you start to look at how things are really going in this relationship and in general with the couple and their lives. And I think it's very revealing. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So let's get into it. So one of the things that has been standing out to me is the fact that Meghan is starting to do a lot more posts with these children. She is doing posts with these children from behind because she's using these children to sell herself and to sell her brand and to really try to get a lot more people to watch her posts because there's children involved. There's something new and inviting in these photos that she's sharing with people because there's just really nothing really interesting about Meghan. There's nothing really interesting that she's doing that would really bring people to want to watch her social media, because what is she doing? She's showing photos of herself making a flower basket, cutting flowers. She's walking with fruit. She is just doing very generic, plain things. There's nothing interesting about what she's posting. But the only way she can really feel like she's got something interesting to post is if she can bring the kids into the photos. Let's show the kids. But then we know Harry doesn't want the kids on social media, at least that's what he says. And so you get these contrived setup moments of these children from behind. And it's a couple of things that tells me. First of all, you're setting your children up to take a photo where you're using them as pawns in a game of social media. You are trying to use your children without their really understanding what they're doing. So you have these children in these moments of just being a kid or doing things that kids do, and you're trying to capture that. You're trying to manipulate the children to be filmed or to have their photo taken in these moments without showing their faces, and they're not really doing the kid thing where they're smiling for the camera or they're taking a picture, cheese, smile, where they know they're taking a picture. No, these children are doing things completely oblivious to what's happening behind them with the camera. And so they're being used for these photos. And then you have Harry talking about his security and wanting to have protection for his family because it's so dangerous out in the world, when he goes to England or whatever. But yet you are using your children for these photo ops to bring people to see what you're doing. So the social media is just very weird to me. It's almost like you want to do social media, but you also want to be against social media because of all the negativity that you get, because people are giving you a lot of flack about it, and then you want to have some movement around it to create change. And it's like you're too muddled into social media to really have people take you seriously about what you're trying to change around social media. The whole message is don't go on social media. Don't use social media. I don't understand why Meghan is really putting her children so forefront into these social media posts. But yeah, she's using them. They're pawns in this game. And this is why I say it is all a setup. Because you look at how miserable Meghan is truly when it comes to her branding around her businesses and how it's not doing well. She doesn't have the relationships with the celebrities that she wants to be around. Just take the Beyonce concert, for example. We know that the majority of the celebrities that Meghan wanted to be associated with, like Tyler Perry and Oprah, they went at the end of April to this Beyonce concert. Why did Meghan not go when they went? I think it's because Tyler Perry does not really like Prince Harry, to be quite honest with you. Because we remember during the Paley Center honors, Meghan went, Harry didn't go. Harry went to New York to speak. He didn't go to honor their friend Tyler Perry. I think there's definitely a rift between Tyler Perry and Harry, because Harry is part of the royal establishment. He wants to go back to his life. And Tyler Perry just does not feel the royal family at all. So I think we have that. But I think the biggest observation that I can speak to around Harry and Meghan and these most recent things, we know Harry lost his security. He's extremely upset about that, because this was something that was going to give him that feeling that he needs to feel important. And I think in a subtle way, just maybe, Meghan is telling Harry, the only way I'll go back is if you get that, we get this kind of security. Otherwise, I'm never going to go back. She wants to have it be that $1 million, like, give me this very unattainable thing. And that's the only way I'll do it. And Harry and his stupid self was like, okay. And he's trying to get something that he doesn't deserve, that he more than likely will never get now that he's decided to leave the UK. And Meghan is just letting him go off and try to get what he needs to get for the sake of making him, Harry, think that that's the only way she'll go back. We know Harry is trying to make himself look as if all is well. He is extremely embarrassed by the loss of his security. He's extremely embarrassed by how he is becoming dwindled down to nothing. He's extremely out of his element that he has been so accustomed to for his whole life. So he has to show up and make it look like it's all good. I'm happy. Now, we know human psychology. We've done these things. When someone does something to you that embarrasses you or makes you feel belittled, your first reaction is to say, well, they're never going to know how I really feel. So you put on that fake smile, you put on that fake laugh, and you make people think that they didn't get to you. You didn't do anything to me. Look, I'm laughing and smiling. I'm good. And when I see Harry and Meghan for the cameras show themselves purposefully, like they did it here, it says that they need people to see that they are not affected by the downfall of Meghan's branding that's never going to go anywhere, her Netflix show, by Harry being embarrassed by not getting the security from his family, Harry wanting to reconcile with his family, but his family doesn't want to reconcile with him. The first thing you need to do is show, okay, we're good. I'm happy. Because during the concert with Beyonce, Harry and Meghan were there. And Harry at one point looked directly at the camera that was filming him because they wanted it to be filmed. They did it as a setup so that people can see they're not affected by all the things that are causing them harm. And I think if you were to show up and just be real and authentic by how you really feel, and people really saw how you really feel, they would probably get some sympathy. But I think because they are so entitled and don't want to show that they are affected by the smackdowns that they have been given, they have to come out before the world to show that we're happy and we're on our date night and all is good. I love my husband, or my husband loves me so much. But the fact that they are putting themselves out there and they know it's going to get news coverage, they know it's going to be talked about, is proving the point that they are not happy. It's proving the point. If you have to have a hat, there's two things that they've done with this. But the first thing is when you have a hat and you have to put and show that your child is on the hat, your husband is saying my love, and you've got the flags and you've got the country or the continent of Africa. If you have to show that to give people a sense of what's important to you, then you're doing it for show. Because when you really truly feel this way, it's not natural to speak about it or to show people, because it just is. But there's two things that also give insight, how they're trolling the royals. Take, for example, Meghan doing this interview with Jamie Kern Lima, the day before William and Catherine's anniversary, 14-year anniversary. Trying to kick them off of the headlines by doing this interview. That was a clear dig. And then also, this hat. The thing with Beyonce is cowboy. This is not a cowboy hat that they're wearing, but it is a very similar hat that what Catherine wore on the cover of a magazine. It's almost like they're trolling the royals without coming out and saying they're trolling. They're doing these very subtle digs because that's what feeds their hurt. That's what feeds the jealousy. That's what feeds the embarrassment of what they've done or what Harry has done. Because don't get it twisted, Harry is the one who is losing face. He doesn't want to lose face to the trolls. He does not want people to know that he messed up. He doesn't want anyone to know that he has regrets. But every single day that goes by, his status as a prince and its relevance goes down and down and down. And he's losing it little by little every single day. And Meghan's trying to get her celebrity up every single day. It won't happen, but she's going to keep trying, like I've always said. But you watch them use their children. Use the children. Don't show the children. Use the children. Make them think that they're having a moment with their parent when really it's a moment to use the children being with the parent for social media. Harry and Meghan are in a losing battle. They can't win. Love, this kind of love, won't win because true love doesn't have to prove anything. True love just is. It doesn't want to be put out there to make the headlines or to try to knock someone else off the headlines or to troll somebody in what they're wearing. True love is so wonderful because it just is something that happens behind closed doors. It doesn't have to prove anything. It doesn't have to show, look how happy we are. True love doesn't have to do all the things that Harry and Meghan are actually doing. True love doesn't have to say we're on a date night. Just be on a date night and no one know. But they want people to know because they're embarrassed by their circumstances of failure in America. Harry is embarrassed by his lack of importance and how it is dwindling. Harry is embarrassed that he has no connection to his own family and neither will these children. Harry is in a losing game and a battle with trying to maintain relevance for the sake of being somebody. Because he has no skill set. He has nothing he can do that will actually be meaningful in a way he wants to be meaningful. And that would have been being a prince in the UK, working and doing things that princes do in the country of relevance of princes. So it's one of those things where you watch it, you're just like, oh my God, for real. Harry and Meghan, you are trying to set up this love story that is failing every single day. And with that, it's a wrap. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.